Welcome back to another episode of the R Plus podcast. My name is Greg Ewing, the Director of Community Engagement here. It's wonderful to be back for another Heads Up podcast. Jason, great to see you.
I'm thrilled to be here. It's hard to believe that we're into spring. May is right around the corner. We're into season of celebration. I've also enjoyed the other R Plus podcasts. You know, the weekly has been well received. I hear a lot of nice comments about it, and thanks for taking that on.
Thank you. And it's really, really nice to be able to give a voice to our community, right? And so many amazing things happening within our campuses and in our wider community. And it's amazing to be able to showcase that.
Yeah. And I think, you know, that's part of the Rundle community. The extraordinary community is broad and diverse and complicated. There's a lot going on all over the place. And I think sometimes, you know, if we're a Colette parent, we see things happen at Colette. If we're a studio parent, we see things happen at the studio. But we hope that this podcast, you know, shares the voices from all across our Rundle community. So thanks for taking it on. It's been really great.
I appreciate you. Thanks for the idea. And speaking about things happening in different sub kind of schools and communities, it's been a big couple of weeks for Rundle. So last week we broke ground on the Academy project. I know we talked about that in our previous Heads Up that it was coming. What a day.
I could talk about it all day, Greg. So yeah, be careful. I mean, we've been working on this for 8 years, and to see a vision come to reality like that and see the ground actually moving is a dream come true. And it wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for extraordinarily generous members of our community. You may have read in the media and the press that we raised $8.1 million so far towards a $12 million goal for phase one. It wouldn't have happened without the hard work and dedication of our staff. You know, you think of like Andrea Slip, Gary Sylvan, Nicole Jordan, Kelly Adams, Jamie Burla, Donna Hall, yourself. So many people have worked so hard to do that. And last but not least, we have a volunteer board here, and they have worked tirelessly to, you know, secure financing, to work our own budget to make this work, and ultimately help us raise those funds that are bringing this to a reality. So we had a great week last week. The ground is moving, and 14 months from now, phase one will be complete. We'll be moving our students into a beautiful new classroom block.
Well, and thank you for those, but I would be remiss not to also thank you for the work you've done in that campaign. I mean, literally spearheaded it. And so greatly appreciate your vision and your commitment to that. And I think, you know, what I felt, and I talked to some of the students during the groundbreaking as well, and it was so tangible. Like, the little pile of dirt was so tangible for what's coming. And I think it's, you know, for me, it's like a commitment to making sure that our facilities are ready for the future and are ready to make sure that Rundle remains at the forefront of teaching and learning across Western Canada and beyond. So yeah, it's incredible.
And to be, you know, beyond the future, to be in the present and allow that building to stand up to the quality of education that's happening inside there. As we all know, the Academy is a lighthouse across Canada for students who have learning disabilities. The type of education that's provided there is not offered anywhere else, and we are so happy to be able to, you know, build something that's going to evoke that quality, really.
Absolutely. We speak about community, right? My goodness, how that community have shown up, how our community have shown up for this project is unbelievable.
Yeah, they show up time and time again, and that groundbreaking was no different. I mean, we had all the students out and several parents, and we actually had media join us, Greg, and it's nice to be in the news for good reasons. And I think we're seeing more and more of that. And it's whether it's parents telling the story of Rundle or it's your team telling the story of our students and our successes. But Greg, I know behind the scenes you've been working on a couple of things that people might see in the broader community. Do you want to take a second and highlight it? Because I think it's really emblematic of who we are as Rundle. So why don't you tell our listeners about that?
Well, thanks, Jason. You know, currently, right now, we have active campaigns going on for both the Academy expansion and Rundle Studio, which is so fun, such a great privilege to be able to share what we're doing with the wider community, the wider audience.
Yeah.
Our Academy campaign is called Love Learning. Yeah. Right. I couldn't be more thankful. I have to give a huge shout out to our marketing communications team. It's incredible work with our partners, external partners. And really what that does is it captures the feeling of students just getting back to loving learning, loving being at school, loving the experience in classrooms. And what we've done in that campaign, which, you know, our audience might see on, you know, goodness, from YouTube to paid media and socials to the radio. They might hear a radio ad. So fun. And trying to tie together just the love of learning with what our students' passions are outside of school or even in school with co-curriculars. So it's been an incredible privilege to do that, and we've had some wonderful feedback, and so excited for people to hear it and to see it, and for us to, of course, to be able to welcome more members of the external community into our team here and to share that with them.
I think, and it speaks to what we want to do here at Rundle, because I think the core of what we're trying to do is to provide an extraordinary learning environment that's filled with joy and purpose and passion, and to be in a place where our kids are more than content. They love learning, and that's the aim, and we want that for all 1,285 kids in our care, is to love learning. It's just why it resonates so deeply with me, Greg. So my hat's off to you and your team for capturing it so succinctly, and I can't wait for our broader community to get in behind that message and celebrate it alongside us.
Well, thank you, Jason. And one of the things that I've been really just overwhelmed by is the support from we continue to use the community word, but the support from the people around us for projects like this. This weekend coming up, Same Heart, New Home event. I wonder if you could talk about that a little bit. A lot of people won't quite know what that is. And tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I might just say that, we've been talking about the Academy. It's a new home, but it's the same heart and same program. And this weekend we decided we'd have, a little fundraiser over at Teatro. We thought if we got lucky, we might sell 160 tickets to this thing in support of the Academy project. We weren't sure we were going to sell out, and we've been planning this for a few months. But within weeks of even talking about this event, we'd already sold the 160 tickets. So this Saturday night, we're going to bring a lot of folks from across Rundle and all across Calgary to Teatro. But this is not the last of the events. I mean, we love coming together. Everything starts with community. And so you'll even see it, Friday night at our Colette School where we have our spring fling. And I expect there'll be hundreds of parents and kids out there celebrating in a carnival type atmosphere where we just come together, enjoy some food together. I mean, the children will be dancing and having their face painted inside, and the parents will be outside getting caught up after, what is a long winter season. And oftentimes we get stuck in hockey rinks, or we get stuck in dance studios after school, and we don't have that chance to connect as members of this Rundle community. So whether it's a spring fling, or whether it's the Moves Mountains breakfast, which happened this morning, or whether it's, other events such as this Same Heart New Home event happening at Teatro. And before I move on though, Greg, I have to shout out Mia Berloni and her team over at Teatro. They've gone above and beyond. And for those of you who don't know, Mia Berloni is a alumna of Rundle Academy, but also attended the college. And she's now the president of that Teatro group, and she's been extraordinary. And so thanks to Mia, thanks to Teatro, thanks to everybody who's made this possible. And I can't wait to celebrate this with everybody Saturday night.
Fabulous example of alumni still being engaged and committed. And we're so grateful for not just Mia, but all of our alumni that continue today. Today we have a women in girls in STEM, women in STEM event happening at the college, and just like seeing the new and old faces coming back is just so amazing to be able to support that.
Truly a K to Forever program. We say that, it's a tagline, but it's true. I mean, this morning we had the Terry Hoganson Memorial Moves Mountains breakfast, and an alumna named Bailey Martineau returned and gave the speech. And I'm telling you, there was not a dry eye in the room. Bailey spoke with such affection and adoration of Terry Hoganson and his impact. And those of you who knew Terry know that we lost him about a year ago, to a brain bleed. He's too young to go, but his memory and his legacy lives on at the Academy and across Rundle for that matter. He's a tremendous coach, social studies teacher. He started our first international travel over at the Academy. Those trips were absolutely fabulous, but more than anything, he was a good friend to so many of us, including the students. And a big thanks to Bailey. And it was great to see Bailey's parents there too. And we all, had a nice hug and then shared a tear while Bailey was speaking about Terry and the impact he had on her life. So what a morning, the Moves Mountains breakfast again. Thanks to everybody who joined us. We had several hundred people in the gym, and we just celebrated the best of all things Rundle. It was really amazing.
Well, it really is a tremendous season for that, right? You alluded there, we're coming into the season celebration. We talk about this every year.
Yes.
and it is just the climax of the year where we get to celebrate our students' achievements, the growth that they've seen, and all the things that go along with that, right? From things like spring fling to graduation ceremonies that will be coming up before we know it, and into summer vacation, in the not too distant future. So it's an exciting time at Rundle here right now.
I mean, our founders said it in the mission statement. Part of our mission is to celebrate with them when they do, and we take the fun celebration very seriously. We can hardly wait to celebrate everybody from the kindies, to the studio awards night, to the penultimate event, which is the grade 12 graduation coming up later in May, where we'll see our students walking the stage at the Bella and also at the Jubilee. And it's just going to be an extraordinary event. And congratulations to all our seniors. We can't wait to celebrate with you as you prepare to make your next steps into the world.
Yeah, well, we're very, very excited at this time of year. And is there anything else that we've missed or you'd like to inform our audience on?
No, I think I would just say this: there is a lot going on.
Yeah, totally.
And so I would encourage our community to stay posted. I know it's tough to read the multiple emails that come in, so we do aim to reach you in a mode that works for you. If you're sitting in line, and this podcast is a good way to connect, listen to the podcast, try to get information. Do keep an eye on your emails. There will be more announcements and things coming up, all exciting, of course. And we can't wait to see you at the events. Please come out, be a part of our community. There's something about being in person that, I will never take for granted again.
No.
And I will be there with bells on, and I can't wait to see our community join me.
Fantastic. Jason, thanks again for your time this morning. Really appreciate it. And speak to you soon.
As always, pleasure. Thanks, Greg.